What's going on, guys? As you can see, I have a 5th Gen ZL1 in the garage today, and we are going to be installing the Roto Fab cold air intake on this bad boy. She's a monster. Yes, it's raining outside, so we have the nose of it pulled in just for the sake of the cameras and stuff. Yes, lighting is going to be atrocious, but I do have my snap-on light up here that is providing decent light on the motor, so you should be able to see everything. But basically just going to walk you through pulling the stock air box and putting the Roto Fab in there. Now, this is the same process you would basically do for almost all the cold air intakes made for this car in regards to pulling the stock section. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, we'll walk you through that, and then we'll put on the brand new one, which is sitting in this box. Yes, it's all right there. So let's get to it. Okay. So tool-wise, you're going to need 10mm socket to pull off these two 10mm bolts. You're going to have, obviously, your fasteners for the elbow for the cold air, or the intake, the stock intake. So there's 2 of those here. And then you'll need, I forget what size that was, I didn't look. It is a 9/32 or a star bit to pull the Maf sensor, because we do have to pull this to put it on the new one. But we'll get to that there. So at this point, let's just take everything apart. The screen.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. There.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry, first time pulling one of those off on the ZL1. So there's basically the black clip's your safety clip, and that exposes the little black one. On ours, they're different colors, but push in there and it pulls out easily.
Use a little hose right there too.
Yeah. These are the twists.
Go straight up.
Yep. Do you know if you have to? Well, we'll read the instructions.
Yeah, you have to reuse that part.
Yeah.
So. There you go.
And this was only held in by those 2 bolts, right? This is the Roto Fab Setup. Now, Dustin here, like many of us Californians, you know, you can't ship these to California, so like me and many others, ship to a friend or someone else out of state, and then they ship to you. Instructions. Ooh, sticker, 10 horsepower. So, in the box, you get the main housing. What this is gonna do, it's gonna close off. Basically, this sits down in here. I'm not gonna put it in exactly perfect, but it closes off the new filter from the rest of the motor. And it's a nice tight seal, so that's good. And you'll pull all your cold air from the front of your vehicle. And outside of that, all the other parts. So, didn't open the filter, but it's kind of funny because the way that these motors sit, there's not a lot of elbow, which is kind of cool because there's not just a lot there, but dude, the filter on this thing is massive. Yeah, that's not small. So that's gonna sit right in here. Look, it doesn't even fit. There you go. So let's put this bad boy together. Okay, so there's a few things you want to keep in mind. There is a wiring loom right here that does need to be moved on this side of the AC line. So you'll have, it's typically sitting right here. You want to pick that up and over. You do want to make sure, I know down at, oh, hand me that small light real quick. It's a little dark in here. But you can see the, whoa, and there she goes. Stick. So you can see the grommet. This is where the bottom of the Roto Fab setup is gonna mount into. That will go right into it. And as you can see, that is right here on the piece. And you just wanna make sure your AC line is moved out of the way because you don't want that to get pinched. And then one of the other things that we'll be doing here is also, you'll be running this, I believe this is the, no, this is your negative wire, or your ground wire, sorry. And we're gonna be rerouting this underneath. So you'll have to pull this out, and I have a nice little beautiful tool to do that right here. And you just wiggle her back and forth sometimes. Doing this one-handed. Doing this left-handed is probably not. Come on. I don't know what they call these clips, but I call them tree clips. Here,
I don't think there's any.
I just don't want to shear it. There we go.
There it goes.
On the main piece that's separating your cold air intake from the motor, it basically sits in there like this in the car. So the smaller trim piece, or rubber trim piece, is going to go on this kind of angled here, and then the larger piece is going to go right across the top, across the whole piece from corner to corner. So Dustin is going to go ahead and put those on.
Here you go.
Days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to
Bam, there you go. Those pieces are on. Roto Fab is awesome in the way that they design their stuff, because they make it to where it's impossible to misalign your Maf sensor unless you just can't look at pretty pictures and line things up. But this part here is basically where the elbow is attaching to. You can obviously, your Maf goes in there. It's also where the filter grabs onto, but it's just going to slide right on into here. And you can even see in their pretty picture, they show it exactly lined up, so this is almost square with the body of this. And it's held in with lots of screws, so it's not going to move around. It's not going to look terrible and fall out. And I'm trying to do this one-handed. Oh! And it went under the car. It's a good thing I have a magnet tool. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it at an angle where it's going to fall.
I held it out. Yeah.
I wonder what went wrong today. Why do I feel like I
Okay, next. Okay. These GM screws.
So our Roto-Fab was nice enough to give us new screws.
Because Roto Fab doesn't. These are like actual screws. They're not like bolts. They're not like. There you go. Maf sensor out. So there's only one way you can put a Maf sensor in. You can see the little inlet for the air. If you put it in backwards, you have problems. But the other side of it is there is only one way it goes. You can see it slides in perfect like that. If I did try to, and I don't want to lose grip and drop it. But if you do put it that way, you can see the bolt holes don't line up. So, yeah. So put it in the right way.
now we're here to take control.
So that's it. Good to go. Got a couple clamps. Throw your clamp on. Gonna have a rubber boot. These are always fun to kind of get on there. Wait, is this a, it is a step up. Which way is which?
It's a whole lot easier in a picture.
I usually have found like when you twist them, it works pretty nice, but it doesn't always work that way. In the picture, they do show a guy using a flathead screwdriver to get it started.
From the inside.
He's cheating. There we go.
So now you can't give up.
Ha! I did it. So yeah, make sure you actually put, I guess you can probably put this on after the fact, but it's just easier if you put it on before. So now we're gonna put the air filter on. This ring was pretty loose, so I tightened it up already, just so you guys didn't have to watch me do that. But do know that this angle that this is clipping on, so you can kind of see how this filter has grippy edges to grip onto this. It's not gonna sit flush with this, you know, you'll see me put it on. This edge will obviously touch, but this edge, you'll see a gap. It's not meant to sit completely flush. If it did, like it won't actually, even if I try. So you put it on there, you tighten it up. Now you're going to be attaching this little 90-degree, is this 90 degrees? Yeah, 90-degree elbow. I don't know my angles, as you guys could tell. And this will allow us to reattach this bad boy. I believe this is the return for the PCV, but literally it's just screwed in there. Yeah, they do put a nice little line in there, so you know exactly what angle to hang it out at. This piece right here, obviously, we have to pull it off from here, and it's just one of those like shoved in plastic things. You can actually see the end of the nipple on the inside here. But the biggest thing you want to make sure is you don't grab it from here or break that off, because yeah, that's not gonna be good. So we're just gonna do the wiggle and pull method, maybe. Just gotta pull a little bit harder, Lethal, come on. This tube is gonna go onto here. Bam. And then this goes just right on here. Simple as that. Now you're gonna have the other rubber step down, or actually step up, because, well, depends how you're looking at it. Whatever. You'll put that on. You do have a bracket there, and then you're gonna need another one that you'll just want to slide over for when we get the other piece on. Because I'm Mr. Asymmetrical, I'm gonna try to line them up and, you know, make sure the bolts are the right way, all that stuff. Yeah. So at this point, we're gonna drop in the built piece. Again, I don't have to put the clamp on yet because it's nothing there. Got this down, got all these screws tight, got the Maf sensor in. We did move the ground wire, so we pulled it from here and tucked it underneath as instructions required. And we did move this on the other side of the AC line. So now it's just dropping it in, keeping your eyes on where everything's at, making sure it's gonna buckle in place. There we go, locked in place. Oh, that's good to go. So you have a nice tight fit here, nice tight fit up here, and we're good. The one thing we just did, the negative, or the ground wire, we did pull all the way up to this top edge. I mean, it's sitting as flush as it can, so it's a nice clear. And the reason why you remove this is so you can get slack to pull it up. So, pretty interesting. So now we just gotta bolt this in place, and we'll go ahead and plug the Maf sensor back in. Make sure to lock it back with the great clip. That's in. And then it's really just putting this elbow in, which kind of is gonna be a tight fit. Oh, we need that too.
I don't tell anybody.
That wasn't too hard. Now it's just buttoning everything up. So this clip's just gonna slide right on in. So that's clipped back in. And now we just need to tighten all the screws, or bolts, or whatever the heck you want to call these things.
Just lay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it.
So in the package, they do give you this clip. As you can see, it's cut. And the purpose for that is so it wraps around here. We don't seem to have the problem, but they highlight in their instructions some cars have issues where this box could rub your AC line, and this is literally for that. So I'm just gonna put it there. Maybe it will shift, I don't know, but it doesn't look like it will hit anything, so there. It's on. First startup. Roto Fab, cold air intake, install, 5th gen, Camaro ZL1, super easy install. It took us longer to read the instructions than it did to actually do the install, but there you go. Dustin's got a beautiful car now with an amazing cold air intake on it. And it looks good. It makes it look really good under here. And that air filter's massive. It's way bigger than the Fram thing that's in there. Whatever, there you go. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, hit subscribe. If not, likes, comments, shares appreciated. But until next time, see you on the road. It's like 58 degrees out and I'm sweating, and I don't know why I always like my forehead just gets hot and wet. Whatever. Anyways,